Welcome, everybody, to our Thursday night Basic Reset Team Builders Call. I am so excited that everybody is here this evening. My name is Penny Kyle, and I'm out of Central California. And, oh, my gosh, we had an incredible weekend last weekend, our first ever Basic Reset convention. And I got to tell you that, if you did not have a chance to get there, and I know there were some people that for, unforeseen circumstances, things beyond their control, they could not make it. Make it a point to start saving now so you can go next year, because I guarantee you it's going to change your life. What we were able to see and witness and hear and be a part of is something that's just absolutely incredible. Now, I want to take just a moment and, just if we all could keep in mind and pray for everyone that's in that path of Hurricane Matthew, it'd be an awesome thing to do, because I know as a family, power of prayer is very important. And we can, just keep all of them safe in our hearts. Now, I would like to introduce to you tonight my friend, my mentor, my sponsor, and I finally got to meet him face-to-face, hug his neck, Mr. Randy Steen. Are you here with us tonight, Randy?
I sure am, Penny. Thank you very much for the warm welcome, and thank you for reminding us of keeping the people in Florida and in the path all the way up and down the coast of that hurricane in our thoughts and prayers, that they'll be safe and that not a hair on their head will be touched by that thing. And we just hope that it's good. And yes, I finally got to meet you, and I got to meet a whole bunch of other people that I've been dealing with and talking with for years and have never had the opportunity to meet them, including Fred. I mean, I've been talking on the phone with Fred now for over a year. We talk many times a day. It's almost like we've known each other for a long time. And I had not had the opportunity to meet him in person either, nor Kim, of course. And I got to tell you, folks, being at this convention was absolutely astounding. In my 42-plus years now of being in the networking industry, I've never experienced anything like we experienced at this convention. And when you meet Kim and Fred, you're going to find out that what you hear them say, what you see them do, it's all really true. It really comes from their heart. It's really how they are. And that's unusual in this industry. You've got a lot of people that say things and maybe put on a little bit of a facade, but it's not genuine, and it's really genuine. And so I'm not going to get into that right now because I'm going to talk in a little bit, but we have the privilege tonight of having some speakers on the phone with us. One of them you just heard, and I'm going to introduce her back again in just a minute, that were all at the convention. Now, also, all of these people were people that happened to be standing on stage and got some awards, but I wanted them on tonight because I wanted them to tell you in their own words what they thought of this convention, what they experienced that they have never experienced before themselves at any other convention they've ever been at, and some of them have never been to a convention before, and they'll tell you about it. So the first person I'd like to introduce is my friend. She and I have been working together now for a couple of years, and we never got to meet until at the convention. She has been the biggest help to me that you could possibly imagine. Penny has just done things. She does a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't know about, but she also does a lot of things that people do know about. For example, one of the things she's going to be starting very soon is at this convention, one of our speakers was Keith Schreider, and we got books that Keith had written, and we're going to be going over those books. She's actually going to put together a little class that we can all attend, where we're going to talk about those books and how to use them properly and how to use what's in them. And she's one of the top money earners with the company. She's done a wonderful job. Her name is Penny Kyle. And Penny, of course, I know you're there because you just introduced me. But tell us in your own words what this convention meant to you.
I sure will. Can you hear me okay, Randy?
Yes, I can. Go right ahead.
Wonderful. Well, folks, what I can say is this. For one, Tennessee or Nashville is the farthest East I've ever been, so I've never been there. It was absolutely gorgeous. Everything is green and it's rolling hills. And you see, I'm from California, and we're in a drought. So I was just in awe just with that. And when we had our meet and greet, it was fantastic. I've never won. Let me back up. I've been to 2 conventions prior to this. I've never had a convention where all the meals were included and entertainment and getting products. To me, that was priceless. I mean, it paid me to go to the convention is what it meant to me. Being able to share and just see the love that everybody had for everybody, it touched me in a way that I really couldn't even describe to my husband in words because he couldn't go with me. And I'm starting to kind of get emotional right now because I got to witness Mr. Fred Kaufman, the owner, our CEO, and the creator of our products. You know, I saw him cry when he was sharing about how passionate he is about helping others and how the foundation of Basic Reset is to help other people. You know, where else are you going to be at a place where everybody is on the same page? I've not seen that in other conventions before. The camaraderie that we had was insanely crazy. I mean, we cried together. We laughed together. Nobody was thinking they were better than somebody else. We all helped one another. We broke bread with each other. It's another thing that I've never seen happen at a convention. And, you know, just getting to meet the office staff and being able to go over and see the home office, which I didn't get to do, but I guess it just means I'm going to have to go back to Nashville. But, I mean, just being able to share a little piece of all of us with everybody was incredible. And I was really shocked because when I was up on that stage, I got an ambassador award. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so not deserving of this because I'm just being me. I've always helped people. And when I went back to my hotel room after receiving that award, I just cried because I do this from the heart. And never imagined that I would get something like that because other people felt that I just gave so much. And if anyone ever knows me, they would know that even if I didn't have, you know, money or extra clothes or anything like that, I would give the shirt off my back to somebody to wear, or I'd give the last bit of money I had to somebody. And I just, you know, I was sad when I had to leave. And I think back to everything that we saw and we learned and the hugs that we all had and the pictures, and I just can't wait to meet all these people again. So back to you, Randy.
Sorry about that. I had my phone muted. Thank you, Penny, very much. And, you know, you deserve that award, the Ambassador Award, because I know what you do behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know. And I got to tell you, I was proud of you, as I was proud of everybody that got awards up there on that stage, and even people that were recognized in the audience that didn't get to actually come up on the stage that got different types of awards. And so I want to thank you very much for sharing what you got. And, folks, you heard what she had to say, and you're going to hear something like that coming from the rest of the people, too, that you're about to listen to. This convention was unlike anything you've ever listened to or ever been at in your entire life. And the next person I want to introduce to you is a fellow that I've actually known for a great number of years. I would say probably, oh my gosh, I don't know, Ed, I don't know how many years it's been, but it's got to be 6 or 7 years, something like that, if not longer. And this guy I've known for a long time. I've witnessed him start in the business to where he really didn't know what he was doing to becoming a leader in the business. And I've witnessed that because I've seen him from when he first started. I knew how he struggled in the business because he and I would talk, even though he wasn't in my organization. He would ask me questions about things. And and he has become a great leader. He's a good friend of mine. He's from the sweetest place on the face of the earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Ed Mayer. Ed, are you on the phone?
I am here. Can you hear me?
You bet. Go ahead, my friend. Tell us how you thought about the convention, will you?
Oh, man. Penny, that was awesome, man. And the emotions, I also have been to a number of conventions, and like Penny said, I'd never witnessed anything like this. And one, I got to hang out with Fred a little bit at corporate, and guys, man, when you talk about owners of a company, and I'm sure you're going to hear this a lot from a number of us, they, like Randy said early on, what you see is literally what you get. I still get choked up because honestly, it blows me away how real and how transparent and how authentic and ethical and I could go on that Fred and Kim are. And it showed. And I told Fred, I said, man, I had tears running down my face while he was speaking. I don't think there was a dry eye in the room. It was kind of like watching one of those, girly movies or something. Not that Fred's a girly or nothing, but you know what I'm saying. It was really emotional, and I'd never witnessed anything like that. I've been to conventions where it's all rah, 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 jump up and down, hype up, and see you later. Where here, and guys, I got to tell you too, I had my wife Lisa and my 10-year-old son Hunter along at this because Basic Reset is, for us, is our lives right now and plan to be for forever, as long as I'm concerned. And it's a family-oriented business, and Lisa and Hunter were there, and it was the best feeling for me because it's like being around people that it was like one big family. Hugs, I love yous. I mean, to people that we've only probably talked to on social media. We've never met in person. This was the first time I got to meet Randy in person after knowing him for 6 or 7 years. So that in itself was awesome for me. We drove from Hershey, Pennsylvania down to Nashville, Tennessee. And I know, I think Penny touched on things where people, it's hard for people not to make it, and there were different circumstances and whatever, but you want to be at the next one. That's all I can say. And if it's in Nashville, I'm not driving again. I'm flying because that was crazy. But it was about 11 hours, 12 hours with the stops and stuff, but it was worth it. I would probably do it again if I had to, but I think I'm flying, and Randy, you're going to have to pick us up at the airport. But guys, it was an experience that I know will not only last forever for me, but I know that it will for Lisa and for Hunter. And I absolutely loved how everybody took not only me and my wife, but our awesome little guy Hunter kind of under their wings, man. Everybody loved him, talked to him, just like he was part of the family, like I said. So it's an experience that's going to last a lifetime for us. We're thankful. We are so grateful to be a part of Basic Reset, and we are not going anywhere. We are going to help so many people with their health and with their finances. We just want to help people break free and live a life that is meant to be lived, you know. And I'm just going to finish on one thing, and I did a quick video on it today. You know, a lot of people struggle with when they get into a home-based business, and the one thing that I will say, because I was guilty of it at the beginning, stop focusing on the income and focus totally on the impact that you can have on somebody else's life. And I'm telling you, your life will change in big, big ways. Randy, back to you, my friend. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Ed, I appreciate you being on, and thank you for telling us how you felt about the convention. And, folks, again, you heard basically the same story from Ed, but you heard him say something tonight that was maybe a little bit different, and he said it was a family deal. He brought his family to this thing. He brought his wife and his son, Hunter, who is a great little guy. You should see him toss a water bottle. I'll get into that another time, but I got to tell you something. It was great to have them there, and that's something that you don't normally see at a convention. Guys and gals, this is a family affair. So I'm going to bring up the next guy now. Again, thank you, Ed. This next guy, I've had the opportunity to visit with him on the telephone, visit with him on social media. He is a great guy. I have given him a hard time. I gave him a hard time at the convention, and he just smiles and laughs, and you couldn't meet a nicer guy, to be honest with you. And I got to tell you, he's one tough cookie. He can outlast me. He's staying up late at night, I'll tell you that much. But he's a great guy that's building a huge business, and his name is Roger Daffinson. Roger, are you on the phone, my friend?
I am, Randy. Thank you very much. I don't know how.
Tell us how you feel.
I don't know how I'm going to follow up both these stories because they were so amazing. And you know, ever since the convention was first announced, I never thought of this as an actual convention. I thought of it as more of going to meet my extended family because we've all been in the business and talked so much and, you know, spent so much time together that it just seemed like it wasn't a convention. It was meeting my extended family. And then when Jenny and I arrived in Nashville on Thursday, and we drove to the home office, and we got there, and we got to meet Fred and Kim and those amazing office girls, Kelly, Tanya, Cheryl, who do, you know, such an amazing, amazing job. And basically, Randy was there, and Kelly Gordon was there, Steph Cagle, and we all sat around, and we drank Vibrant and and drank coffee, you know, unlike any convention I've ever been to before. And Fred and Kim took us out to lunch. Like Ed said, you know, the most down-to-earth people you'd ever want to meet in your life. I mean, they just, if you didn't, you'd never, it's just, I don't even know how to put it in words, but they're just so amazing. And the meet and greet was just, all the people started pouring in, and, you know, it was like seeing, just you talk to these people how every day, and you finally get to meet them all, and it was so amazing. And we had 4 different entertainers up there that night singing as we were eating our Mexican buffet meal, and so amazing. And then Saturday came, and we had the convention, and we learned so many things from so many nuggets from Randy, from Keith Schreider. We got, like Penny said, we got the $75 in free products just for attending, and all the meals were included with that as well. You know, but the thing that got me the most was when Fred was up on stage, Fred and Kim, and Fred was talking about the reasons why he started Basic Reset and want to introduce these products to everybody. And he's up there and he's breaking down in tears, and you know, you could just tell that everything he was saying was just so genuine, and I've never seen that before. And I just knew that that I'm in the right place. This is my home, and this is where I need to be. And it was such an amazing feeling. And when we left, and I said, and Jenny, I told Jenny that, and she's like, yeah, it was just such an amazing thing, and it is awesome. That's all I can say. I hope every one of you can make it next year. You will know exactly what we're all talking about. Back to you, Randy.
Hey, Roger, thank you very much for sharing that with us. And again, folks, I'm sure that you heard what people are saying to you. This is all coming from the heart. These are actual, real, true things. These are real feelings that these people have, because we all had it, every one of us. The next person I'm going to introduce is somebody that I've known now for about a year, and not quite a year, I guess, since she got into the business. But she got an award for being the most affected or most changed, visibly changed especially, from the products that we have at our company. And if you see her before and after pictures, which if you've been on any of our sites, you've seen them, she's a great gal. Her and I have become close friends. And you talk about somebody that uses these products religiously. And what I mean by that is this. If you ask her what makes these things work, and she'll tell you that it's consistency, using all the products every day, all of the time. Don't miss, just constantly use them, and you'll get results. She had an amazing time at this convention. She had a lot of fun, too. Her and Stephanie were quite a hoot, let me tell you. She's a good friend of mine, Miss Kelly Gordon. Kelly, tell us how you viewed and how you felt about the convention. The floor is yours. Kelly?
Thank you, Randy. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I was muted. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I hear you. Go right ahead.
Okay. Again, as Roger said, it's hard to follow up behind Ed and Penny and Roger. First of all, when I got to the airport, meeting up with Stephanie Cagle and not seeing her for 10 years, that was the most amazing reunion ever. Randy picked us up at the airport. Again, never have any of us ever met. But the moment that he showed up and we loaded up our luggage and we hugged, you could feel the genuine love between the three of us. And we immediately went to the home office where we met up outside the doors with Fred and Kim, Roger and Jen. And it was nothing but tears and warmth and genuine, just genuine overall love. As Roger said, we met the girls. We had a tour of the office. We went to lunch, had the opportunity to spend some quality time with Fred and Kim. And at one point, I said to Fred, sitting at lunch with everybody there at our table, with tears in my eyes, that I'm sorry, I'm going to get emotional, but that he and Kim saved my life. Saved my life. As we united with everybody on Friday as they were coming in, it was as if we have known each other forever. There was hugs and tears and warmth, and as Ed was saying, Hunter was there, Tracy Mills had her two boys there, and we were nothing but one huge, gigantic family. I have never been in any type of network marketing. I was introduced to this by my sponsor, Tara Black, whom unfortunately wasn't able to attend this convention. But immediately after being on the product and saw what it did for me, all it did was open up my eyes to so many other people that I could help and that I could share with. And that's the biggest part of it, is sharing, just sharing with people. Again, Randy said that I had received the Reset Award, which totally caught me off guard. I was not expecting that at all whatsoever. And, of course, I broke down and cried. And I looked over at Kim and Fred, and they were just crying with me as well. But it was genuine. It was genuine love. It was genuine warmth. It was genuine everything. And then I had to, of course, do my testimonial, which I did break down and cry. And when I looked up, and again, Tara wasn't there, but I looked over at Roger Dappinson, who is been right there beside me for the last 4 or 5 months. That's all I needed was I looked up at him and him crying, and that's all it was. I could do no more. But the most special moment for I myself, speaking of Kim and Fred, were as everybody had to leave earlier. Fortunately, Stephanie and I departed. We had planned to stay an additional day because we wanted to tour Nashville. And that was our plan for Sunday and Monday as well. Sunday evening, Fred and Kim were staying at the hotel, and we ran into them into the lobby. And we joined them for dinner about 7:30 that evening, and we visited and we talked. But there was something that I felt that we all needed more. And we had a special moment with Fred and Kim for a couple hours that evening. When we went back to our hotel room, I looked at Stephanie and I said, we're supposed to go to downtown Nashville tomorrow. She said, yes, I know. I said, Stephanie, what do you think? And she said, I don't want to do it. And I told her, I said, nor do I. I would like to call Kim and Fred. So we did. We called Kim and Fred that evening at the same hotel and asked them if they would mind sharing a couple hours with us the following morning. There were just things that I needed closure on personally, and with them being spiritual, I needed that guidance. Well, not only did they spend a couple hours with us, we went to breakfast with them, but they stayed with us until 3:30 in the afternoon. And there were so many tears and, again, genuine love. And the four of us that shared something extremely special, because I myself have always been in doubt of faith. And I had two very special moments with Fred, one-on-one, where we connected eyes. And he had me repeat word after word with him to where I was saved. And Kim and Stephanie Cagle were there for that witness as well. I forever will owe my life to them. I will always be Basic Reset. Randy, you are absolutely phenomenal. You have been there for me even through personal things with my mom when I had nobody else to turn to. We are family. We are one huge loving family. There is no competition. There is no anything. We all love each other, and it's a genuine love. And I don't know what else to say, Randy. I'm just speechless.
Well,
are you there?
I'm here. And excuse me. You know, this is probably a different conference call than most of you have ever been on, because you hear things like you've heard from these people, and then you hear what you just heard from Kelly. And this special time was because of the people that own this company that we work with, Kim and Fred Kaufman. People that genuinely care, and I'm going to say something now that Kelly's probably never heard me say, but Fred and I were talking about this particular moment that she was, because she had told me about it, and I called Fred and I said, I think it's wonderful. And Fred said, you know, Randy, he said, if the whole convention had been nothing but a flop, that one moment spent with Kelly and how her life changed, he said, would have been worth everything. Now think about this, folks. Just really think about this. Where in this industry, in this business, I know there's some emotional things that have gone on out there. I've witnessed them, been involved with them in companies, but never anything like this. There's never been anything that I've ever seen in my 42-plus years where this type of thing has taken place. And why is that? Because this company's whole reason for being in business is to help people, to seriously help people. That's their goal. When these products that have been introduced to us are introduced, it's not just another product to make money with. Sure, the company has to make money. If they didn't, they couldn't be in business. But that's not what the goal is. You see, they have the right idea. Share these products and get these products into the hands of as many people as you can and help as many people as you can. You'll never have to worry about money. It just takes care of itself. And it's just like introducing a new product. You know, if for those that were at the convention, we introduced Java Trim, a brand new weight management coffee that really does work. And I know because I've been using it, a version of it, and it works. But people, you know, I was actually promoting that we were going to probably be able to order this at convention, and guess what? Fred says, no, Randy, we can't. Because it isn't exactly, I don't have the exact delivery date set up. He said they haven't given it to me yet, and I want to make sure that it's exactly how we want it because I always want it to be better. So we knew that we could have introduced this at convention and taken orders even before we had the product and collected tons and tons of money and even said, hey, look, it's probably going to be 4 to 6 weeks before you get it. People would have ordered anyway. That's not how this company operates. He said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to introduce the product and let people know it's coming. And believe me, folks, when you get this, it's going to blow your mind. But he said we got to make sure that it's exactly how we want it to be and that it's better before we do anything like that. Guys and gals, all I'm telling you is this. I'm going to introduce Fred to you in just a minute here. But before I do that, and I want to thank you for staying on the phone with us. But listen, I wanted you to hear what these people had to say, and I wanted you to experience what they were experiencing over the phone and through their words. Because I want you to know that you know that you know. And those of you that are guests on this call, I want you to understand that the people that invited you here are here because of exactly what you just heard. This is not just another run-of-the-mill network marketing company, go out and have fun, rah, 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 sell your product and make a few bucks. Guys and gals, this is a lifestyle. This is an absolute change in your life. This product, this company, this whole thing makes your life a whole lot better because it's done with integrity. We called this the Ethics Crusade because we're bringing back ethics to network marketing. We have a way of allowing people to get involved in business for no money out of their pocket, and they never have to take any money out of their pocket to be active and to receive commissions. Unheard of in the industry. Although we are pioneers in this, and in the not-too-distant future, it's probably going to be close to the norm in the industry because of the regulations and things that are coming into play that we're already doing without them having to tell us to. Products that work, products that change your life, but what's more important, and a marketing plan that pays you money, unlike any of the other one out there, but all of that is irrelevant. The most important thing here is the gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you next, and that's Mr. Fred Kaufman. You see, he does this from his heart. And if you were at this convention and you didn't see that, you were absolutely not paying attention because it's be impossible to be in that room and not know the heart of this man. He's my friend. He's a friend of all of these people that were here. He's not only the friend, this guy is a mentor. This fellow knows what he's talking about. He's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and he is a great guy to have as the owner of the company. Mr. Fred Kaufman, are you on the line?
Yes, but I don't know how I'm going to talk. After hearing all these compliments and hearing people say how this convention was such a blessing to them, I mean, I'm fighting back tears right now. And it's not an act. When Kim and I started this company, it was the furthest thing from our mind to ever start our own company. We have been behind the curtain, if you will, at many network marketing companies that were selling our products in years past. And to see all that went on behind the scenes, we just didn't want any part of it. And then as the years went on and we decided to get out of network marketing, we had a lot of people say, well, I love your products. I'd like to tell other people about it, but is there any way you can give me some kind of a royalty or commission for bringing you customers? So we thought, well, let's start looking again. Maybe we can find, there's got to be a decent company out there somewhere. And I'm not saying all network marketing companies are bad, but I'm just saying that we wanted something different than the norm. And the first thing that we had primary at the top of the list was it has to be beneficial for the distributors, the affiliates. We have to have them first. You see, most companies do it just the opposite. They sit down with what I call their bean counters, their accountants, and their strategists, their business advisors, and it's all about the business. It's how can we design a company and a compensation plan and jack the prices up to where we can make a lot of money. That's what they talk about behind the curtain. And then they come out on the stage and they say, oh, we just care about helping people. This is all about you. Well, it's not true. It's just not true. And we decided it was possible that we could change that. We won't know until April if we really even made any money. I mean, I'm hoping that we did, but that was never our primary goal. It was looking at the concept, the model of network marketing, how it's a valid concept, but somehow the model has gotten broken because of greed. And we thought, what would happen if we changed that? What if we did something radically different and paid people 35% on the first level? People, I want to tell you, over and over again, we saw compensation plans change when the owners had to start writing big checks because people got deep into the compensation plan. And they changed the compensation plan so it would move more of that money back into their bank account. And we said, no, this is carved in stone. 35% on the first level, carved in stone. It's not going to change. Because we really care about the average person. The person who we built this company for is not the big players like Randy. Randy's been around. He's made a lot of money in this industry. And when he saw our company, I thought, well, there's not much chance he's going to be around long. Instead, he's saying, Fred, this is my death company. I said, your death company? What do you mean by that? And he said, this is the company I'm going to go to my death working. I said, well, that sounds a little better. We want people to know, and we're so glad that they came to Nashville to know, to really see and touch and feel and know that Kim and I are not an act. When I was on stage and I tried to talk about the spiritual side of our company, I asked other people, I said, do you think I'm making a mistake? And they said, no, if that's what happened. I said, this is what happened. I'm just telling them what happened. But I don't want to get what some people would call religious. It's not religion. It's that connection with our Creator who we feel wanted us to do what we're doing. And I've said before, I think I could convince an atheist that there is a God just based on our story. And that's all I was doing. I was telling our story, but how did I know? I mean, you can't plan this. How did I know that when I started to talk, the words wouldn't come out? And I just struggled and struggled and struggled to get the words out. And it was a surprise to me. I thought I could do it. But it's so real. It is so absolutely real that I got emotional just listening to myself talk. And when I looked out into the crowd and I saw other people were touched, I thought, this is bigger than me and Kim. It's about you. It's not about us. It's about you. We're just the ones that were called to do this. but we can't make it happen without you. And I just thank each and every one of you that came to the convention. I know some people came at great hardship. I could tell you some stories, but I don't want to embarrass anybody, but some people really, they struggled to make it, and they made it. And I thought, wow, look what people are willing to do just to come to meet us, to hear what we have to say, to see us in person and see our office. And, you know, it's so touching. We really feel like there's nothing that can stop Basic Reset. Because, now I'll just say it one more time, it is real. And if it's real, if I'm telling you the truth, then there's nothing that can stop it. If Kelly Gordon was telling you the truth, if Roger and Ed and Penny and Randy are telling you the truth, then there's nothing that can stop this. So I encourage you to just go out there and share what we have. I gave some advice to somebody. I can't remember if I said this on the stage. Maybe I did. But if you want to be successful, the first thing you've got to do is not think about yourself being successful, but think about how can you help somebody. That's what this is all about, helping somebody. I don't know what you're called to do in life, but I know what Kim and I are called to do in life, and that's to help people. Someday I hope to be successful helping people, but it's helping people first, success later as the result of helping a whole bunch of people. So we kind of have this backwards according to network marketing company advisors, even people that have owned network marketing companies or even currently own network marketing companies have told us this will never work. You can't build a company around benefiting the people first. You have to benefit the company first and then the people second. And we said, no, we're not going to do it that way. Well, they said it couldn't be done. We put that on our banner that's hanging over our front door. They said it couldn't be done. Well, here we are. And people came to our office and they saw it is happening. And one thing, and I'm not saying this to brag, but one thing you'll notice when you do get a chance to come and visit our office, there were some that said what a surprise it was because they expected a warehouse-type situation with little office cubicles. But when they came in, they thought, man, this is like somebody's house. And that's thanks to Kim. She said, I want our office to be like a home because this business, we want this business to be like a home for you. You can truly feel like you're home. We want to have a relationship with you. We want to help you succeed. But unless you're going to share that vision of helping people, we don't have much to offer you. Because that's what we're all about. That's what Basic Reset is all about, is helping people. So if you can be on board with that, if you can get excited about helping people with products that really work, I mean, if you could have heard Kelly, what little bit she could actually say in English on the stage, she really has transformed. That's why she got the Reset Award. She has had an incredible transformation. There are many, many thousands, possibly millions of Kellys out there waiting for you to touch them and change their life. Some of them will say to you, as Kelly did, Basic Reset has saved my life. Now, if you can come up with some other reason why to get up in the morning than to save somebody's life, give me a call because I don't know of anything else. Steve Jobs, when he was dying in the hospital, had all these tubes coming out of his body. he said the thing that matters the most is not the billions of dollars that he had made, but the relationships that he had made. And that's what this is about. It's the relationship with someone, maybe a total stranger. I've never met Kelly Gordon. I had no idea the impact that our products had on her life. But I know that there are others out there that need us, and you have to help me find them. Kim and I are doing what we can to find people, but we expect you to help us. And if you help us, we're going to reward you the best way we possibly can. We're going to reward you before we reward ourselves, because that really is our utmost goal, is just to help people. And when it's all said and done, there's not going to be a U-Haul trailer hooked up to the hearse that takes you to the graveyard. All you're going to take with you are the memories of the lives that you have changed. And that's what has really, of all of the things that happened at the convention, the thing that really touched Kim and I the most was people telling us that they loved us and how much of an impact we've had on their lives. Oh my gosh, I just am so blessed. Kim and I are so blessed. We pour our heart and soul into this company, and it's because we really believe that we're going to be that game changer, that company that is a game changer, that does things differently. And I tell you the truth, you can have every confidence in the world that we're not only going to be here next year, but the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. I told many people we have a debt-free company. We could borrow money, we could take on investors, we could do things in a grander scale, but that's not what we want, because along with investors, along with people who have put their money into what we're doing, guess what else they want? They want to tell us how to run the business. And we're not going to have that, because very few people that are in business really do have that help the people mentality before making money. But that's what we're all about. We're about helping people. So Randy, I'm so thankful to have had this convention. I'm already planning, Kim and I have talked about it, I'm already planning to possibly have meetings every 3 months or 4 months, so that we can not let too much time pass before we can all get together again. But it was a great privilege to have all the people that came for Kim and I to have a chance to hug their neck and tell them in person that we love them. And we love you. We really do love you. I'm hoping that somehow through all of this, through the teachings, Keith Schreider is amazing. Is he not amazing? I tell you, he was so real. I've heard so many, I guess you call them motivational speakers. He was more of a teacher. He didn't have any rah-rah. He didn't come jumping around on the stage. He came out there and gave us golden nuggets of how to increase this business, how to be successful. And that's, what more could you want? I tell you what, I really think that we had a successful event, and I can't wait till next year. And so we're going to start planning right away to have something in the spring. It'll probably just be a one-day meeting, not all the entertainment and other things that we had at this convention. We'll save that for next year's convention. But I'm thinking in the spring we should get together for a one-day meeting and training. Do you know that there were probably The hardest part for me at that convention was limiting what I had to say. I was so disappointed when it was over because I thought there were so many more things I wanted to teach people that I've learned over the years about health. And I'm sure that Keith would have had many more things to tell us if we had had more time. So we're gonna already start planning to have another meeting again in the spring and do this again. And hopefully more of you can come and we can get to meet you and hug your neck and tell you in person that we love you. Randy, I'm afraid to say anything else. I'm just about at the brink of emotion right now. But I'm really thankful that so many people supported us with this meeting.
Well, Fred, the reason they did it's because of who you are, and we're thankful and we're grateful for what you and Kim have done in working with all of us, because I know I've worked with you behind the scenes. I know what you are doing that a lot of people don't see, and I'm astounded on a daily basis because I know what's been going into this company to help people. And so we are all thankful for you, and we appreciate you very much, and we'll be looking forward to having the next meeting in spring. I think it's a great idea to have those. And, folks, you heard what everybody on this call had to say tonight. Well, I'm going to announce something tonight that I was going to announce at the convention. And we got so busy doing stuff and having a lot of fun and giving away money and giving away prizes and listening to everybody talk, and I forgot to do it. So what I was going to announce at this convention is most of you don't know that all the time that I've been with Basic Reset, I have been with another company. Now, I don't work that company, but I worked that company years ago. And as a matter of fact, that company that I became a part of was a result of another energy drink that had been released on the market, probably for the very first time. And I built a huge organization of over 83,000 people. And that company got bought up by this other company, and I make a very nice income from them. I'm just going to tell you that I won't tell you how much, but I will tell you this. I wouldn't have to be working here doing this. And I told Fred that I've got a lot of people over there that I'd like to talk to. But you see, I can't go over there and talk to those people because I'm still getting a check from that company. That would be some cross-recruiting, wouldn't it? And that's something that we don't tolerate here, and it wouldn't be very fair of me to do that to this other company. So my letter of resignation is going into that company, and I'm resigning, walking away from that check. And you know why I'm willing to do that? Because there's people who are telling me I'm nuts to do that. Well, guess what? They don't understand what's here. They don't understand what this company has to offer. I know that I don't worry one darn bit about that check because I know that check's not only going to be much bigger here, it's going to be long-lasting here, and it's also going to be done with an ethical way. Now, not that other company isn't doing anything unethical or anything like that. I'm just telling you that this company, Basic Reset, is my death company. This is where I'm going to be until the day I die. Now, that tells you something about my commitment here. There's no temptation to work another company, no temptation to do anything else, no temptation because I'm getting a check someplace else. Because it'll no longer be coming. When that resignation letter goes in, that check will stop. And I am totally 100% committed to this company. So if you really want to get on board with something, those of you that are guests listening to this call, and by the way, welcome here. And we're going to wrap up the call in just a minute. But if you really want to get on board with a company that you know is going to be here for you, is going to have the best products available at all times for you, is going to have you in mind with every single solitary move they make. And folks, believe me, I know that for a fact because I've seen it on a daily basis when I deal with Fred and Kim. They do things entirely with you in mind, not with themselves in mind. In fact, they've done things that I've even said, hey, guys, maybe you should think about this. And Fred said, no, we can do this. And they did it. They said it couldn't be done, and they did it anyway. And it was all done to do things the right way, to make sure that you are taken care of. And I've never seen anything like this in my life. Now, having said that, if you're a guest on this call is going to end in just a minute, and you're going to want to get together with the individual that asked you to come on this call, because they've got some more information they want to share with you. And if you're here by accident, you just happen to find out about this call and nobody brought you here, well, there's a lot of people on this call be willing, I'm sure, to visit with you. So just get a hold of us and we'll get you lined up with somebody. I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and this call is recorded. It'll be in our, Fred will be sending it out in an email to everybody in the company. And then also it is in the Basic Reset Freedom Group room. It'll be posted there in just a few minutes. But I want to say one more thing before we hang up. Next Thursday night, we're going to have a follow-up call with Mr. Keith Schreider. So make sure you load this call up, because he's going to go over things that you haven't heard before. I mean, you heard him at the convention, but for those of you that weren't there, you haven't heard them. He's going to be going over those things again, and we're actually going to go into depth on some of the things that you learned there. So make sure you're on next Thursday night's call. I want to thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful night, and remember this, wherever you go, there you are. Always make the most of it, because nobody's going to do it for you. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.